Aoi wakes up in the morning and the first thing he does is checking his phone. 7th of July, Monday, again. He gets ready and goes to school. Then he sees this outrageous scene, and for reasons you already know, I can't show the image properly, but this young girl seems to be out of her mind showing up to school like that. But surprisingly, she's really chill about it, doing something outlandish like this without a care what anyone says. Her name is Ichinose. It instantly reminded me of the start of the Bunny Girl Senpai. It seems like these two are close friends. Aoi tells her that there's a time and a place for everything, so they simply decide to go to the school's pool. How can they be so carefree? Ichinose says that they can do whatever they want. That seems a little bit dramatic. What happened to these two students that caused them act so childish? Well, for now, they just fall asleep in the pool. The next day, Aoi wakes up in the morning and the first thing he does is checking his phone. 7th of July, Monday, again. They are trapped in a time loop. Aoi says he can't even remember how many times this has happened, and his hopes of seeing a new day have faded away a long time ago. It's like they're trapped in a prison called youth, both him and Ichinose. Every morning he goes to see her in the same place, hoping they can maintain their sanity. This is a story of how these two students are trapped in 7th of July. I want you to imagine yourself in this situation. What if you were the one stuck in a time loop? Is it exciting, knowing that you can do whatever you want because the next day no one's gonna remember anything, knowing you're gonna be young and energetic forever? I make short videos about manga, so I have a hobby of looking for new mangas to talk about. I decided to make a short video about it, but the more I read the story, the more I realized that making a short video won't do this manga justice. For starters, the cover of the manga is really misleading. It's not like I searched for ecchi manga, it was pure coincidence how I found this, okay? But this is not an ecchi or anything, and as I said, the more I read it, the more I wanted to make a long format video about it. Oh my god, Kate Herring mentioned! The manga started off really strong. There are still like 9 or 10 chapters, but just by that amount of chapter, I couldn't help but to feel like that this is going to be something special. While romance is one of the aspects of this manga, the story takes on a more realistic approach to a situation like this, repeating the same day again and again and its effects on your sanity. The chapters so far kinda feel episodic. Every day they decide to do a new thing, spending time with each other. Even though there are still other people in the school, it feels like they are alone. Only they know that they are repeating the same day. Only they have the memories of their past days. And it seems like Ichinose has been stuck in this situation for a longer time, and Aoi kinda got trapped too. The manga shows some disturbing panels of Ichinose's attempt in ending her life. Because even if she does that, even if they die, they're still gonna wake up in the morning of 7th of July. Regardless, it's really nice that they have each other. At least having a friend in days like this makes things easier. One of the more remarkable aspects of this manga is its dialogues. The writing feels natural and authentic, drawing readers into the characters' emotions. Each conversation flows smoothly. As I said before, the story takes on a more realistic approach to this fantasy and bizarre idea, and as a result, it leaves the readers slightly uncomfortable. In one of the chapters, Ichinose goes to Aoi's house, and Aoi's sister meets Ichinose. We get to see a generic comedy scene where the sister is in shock of how his brother pulled someone like her, but not long after this encounter, Ichinose goes to Aoi's room. She talks about her mother. She says she can't even see her own mother as a real person anymore, because she's repeating the same words and same actions again and again. Aoi responds in agreement, just like an NPC. None of the other people feel real or human. From Ichinose and Aoi's perspective, other people are nothing but a hollow shell. But again, as an act of balancing the mood of the story, Ichinose and Aoi try to pull a wacky prank on the sister. They go to the summer festival while wearing kimono. Regardless of this horrific situation they're in, they try to have fun. They try to enjoy their moments with each other, doing festival activities, dancing to the song, watching the fireworks. The next day, they play music for the whole school through the school's speakers while locking themselves in so that no one can enter. The next day, they watch a movie together. The next day, Ichinose cuts Aoi's hair in school's yard. The next day, they start painting on the school's wall. In normal circumstances, all of these actions would put them in trouble, but it doesn't matter now. They can do whatever they want. The next day they go on a mini trip to another city. just to buy umbrellas? On the way back, it starts raining. Ichinose had told us before about how much she has missed the rain. So the playful Ichinose, jumping around out of joy, slips and falls on the grass. She invites Aoi to join her and just lay on the ground under the rain. Some moments later, the rain stops and the sun starts shining, and then we see this panel. I think it was this moment that sold me on this manga. I mean, just look at their eyes. They are exhausted. This is a story of how these two students are stuck in the 7th of July. The author knows exactly when to let the art speak for itself. There are moments where the panels are free of text, allowing the imagery to convey deep and powerful narratives, and the art style is pretty decent. I really enjoy watching these two's interactions. At first, the MC appears to be another bland and depressed kid. We often read his inner monologues about the stuff that's happening, talking and complaining about life, youth, and adults. But even during these few chapters, you can see a subtle change in his mood and behavior, a slight development in his character. The emotionless kid at the start of the story learns how to be a little more carefree and how to enjoy whatever his life has become now. And it's all thanks to Ichinose. Ichinose seems really cheerful. The writing for both of the characters is well done. They both can be silly and also pretty sad at the same time, but that's only natural for two kids stuck in a time loop. Maybe I yapped for way too long for a manga with only 10 chapters, but I'm genuinely curious to read more of this story and I'm looking forward to it. By the way, the manga is called We Can't Become Adults.